What's up, y'all? Welcome to Geek'd with Trey. Thank you for stopping by my podcast and checking me and the Geek Fam out, where we cover celebrity topics, local topics, and just everyday life shit. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow and share. And also keep in mind that I don't own any of the rights to the music that's playing in the background or that plays in the background during the show. So, with that being said, thanks for watching.
And where are we? And where are we?
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Geek'd with Trey. Thank you for stopping by my podcast and checking me and the Geek Fam out, where we cover celebrity topics, local topics, and just everyday life shit. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow and share. And also keep in mind that I don't own any of the rights to the music that's playing in the background or that plays in the background during the show. So, with that being said, thanks for watching.
My name is Wise. I'm the host of Stuck on My podcast, and I'm just here. I'm here because Trey invited me, so I'm excited. Let's get this going.
Yo, what's good? My name is Dex. I run a podcast called Complicated Discord. We haven't recorded in a while, but we'll be back soon. You can find us everywhere on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, just anywhere you can find your podcast.
You muted.
Turbulence. Uh-oh.
What's good?
Doing good. Thanks for having me, Trey.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It doesn't matter to me.
You can start with
It's
this,
your
me,
show.
because I don't know
However you
anything
want to do
about.
this.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, personally, that shit is plain out extortion. They need to bring his ass on some charges or some bullshit. I feel like that's some hating ass
Yeah.
shit right there. Yo, you making money and I can't get none, so I'ma run and I'ma throw you under the bus. The fuck? That's how you get your ass beat in the hood.
My,
That's true.
me personally, I think he has this hatred for black women in a way because it's not the first. His comments on Jennifer Hudson calling her illiterate. Was it Jennifer Hudson? He called her illiterate. Yeah, he called her illiterate. It's like now you coming after the queen bee.
You
Um,
know,
yeah.
I don't know much about Jason Lee personally. I don't really follow him, but it sounds like to me. It sounds like he's using A1 clickbait. He gonna give what's the word? Some kind of hot opinion. I forget what the goddamn word is, but he gonna
Hot
say some
take.
shit. Hot take, thank you. He gonna give some kind of whack ass hot take so people could jump on their shit. Same way academics do. Like they look without all that extra talk and bullshit, they wouldn't be relevant. And if he gotta throw niggas under the bus, the bigger the name, the better. That's what he's gonna do. Now I don't know much about him not liking black women or nothing like that. That's far beyond my comprehension. But to me, it just sounds like a nigga that is willing to say whatever it takes to get his views up.
Is my mic on now? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Personally, like, oh, oh, my bad. My name is Axel. I'm from the Everything Nerd Network. You can find us on YouTube. We do podcasts, we do let's plays, all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. You know what? No, I'm in Memphis, Tennessee.
I know what
Okay.
you're gonna ask you, asshole.
Is it crime just as bad as it say it is on the news?
No, it's about
Oh.
food.
I mean, I'm in Georgia.
Okay. All right. Well, let me give my take on the dude real quick. Hold on. So, um, to follow what you just said, um, about him being relevant, I personally believe he's already discredited himself because how can you have this dirt on this woman that you can't get an interview for? So how you got more dirt on her that what I'm saying? Like, to me, it don't make sense. You got dirt that's going to destroy her career enough to the point where she wants to do an interview with you, but at the same time, you're not close enough to get an interview.
Right.
It seems backwards to me.
Well,
And if the dirt is
I mean,
so good, then why not just make itself famous,
Right,
shit out the dirt?
right. Just,
because
just
because it's
yeah,
not about making yourself famous at the end of the day. It's all about that money. Because I mean, let's be perfectly honest. If you had something where you can say, look, this is detrimental to your career. This may hurt a lot of shit that you do. But if you throw me 20, 30, 40, 50 bands, maybe I'll keep my mouth shut. That shit, like I said, it's plain extortion. He trying to get some money out of it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, why
Yeah.
do you spend so much
That makes
money?
Yeah.
sense.
Doing
Now it
what?
makes sense.
Yeah.
Doing what? Oh, I exactly. I
Okay,
thought
so now
Beyonce didn't
now it's
really
just
do
embarrassing.
interviews
Got it.
anymore. I thought Beyonce didn't do interviews anymore. So
So dude is just weird. He's just weird. That's all it is, right? He's just weird. That's what it sound like to me.
right.
Mhm.
You know what though? Here's my whole thing, right? And I want you to really put this in perspective. If I had Beyonce type money and fame, I'd have been like, fuck it, do what you gotta do. Ain't shit
Yeah.
that shit ain't gonna hurt me none. Like
Right.
it don't matter if people hate me after today. I'm still in my bag. I still got my paper. You want to put it out there? Put the motherfucker out there then. Let's see how much balls you got.
And her
But
fans are not going to not be her fans unless we find out she's been like sacrificing children on the weekend.
I don't think
I
that's I
want
don't
y'all
think
to
that's what's happening either.
you damn right. it ain't.
I don't think
But
everyone was already out there.
but you gotta really think about this. Think about who Beyonce is and think about who her husband is. At the end of the day, yeah, you can put some dirt out about me and yeah, it might fuck up a few of my deals. But bro, I got fuck you money. Me and my husband could make
Yeah.
your life hell forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, so it's one of them things like you boasted a big game, but do you really got the balls to back it up? And if you do, can you deal with the aftermath of that? Because I'm telling you, his money ain't as long as they money. They could drag this shit out for a lifetime. This nigga
Yeah.
maybe a year or so if
He's
he do
just
that.
coming into he's just coming into the money though with his Hollywood Unlock and everything and his fame from Love and Hip Hop and all that. His money has no reach. Is nowhere near their money.
But then I mean, yes, yes, but even if it is, Y yeah, but I mean, you think about that though. Those 2, that couple right there, they're in the upper echelon of fame. You understand? They got connections that got connections.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee you, if Jay-Z and Beyonce wanted, they could disappear an entire block in New York, and nobody would even question it.
Yeah.
So my thing is, at the end of the day, are you not concerned that a word from them could end your career? Literally, one word.
Nah, I wouldn't
All
be.
Like, all Beyonce gotta say is, "Oh, I don't fuck with that lame ass nigga no more." Yo, all of his crew is gone. That's it. That's it. Her crew's big enough to handle that on their own. I've seen fans bully people into doing more shit or less shit, for less things. To be honest with you, just saying, he playing a dangerous game.
I mean, but at the same
Definitely.
time though, like he's in a position where he's just famous enough to be noticed, but not famous enough that negative interactions with any of them is not, it's gonna bring him up regardless. Like any interaction with him from her directly is gonna just make him more famous. It's the Machine Gun
Yeah,
Kelly effect. Like Eminem attacking Machine Gun Kelly made him more famous than he was before he started attacking him.
yeah, but then what about when you got like, we all know that these stars got some crazy ass fans. The motherfuckers will run up on you for saying you don't like their music and try to shoot the fade. What happens then? She
And
got a following.
yeah, the Beehive ain't no joke.
Like he said we.
Hey,
He come
after
for no his
Swarm,
basis. Yo, yo,
after Swarm, I
that's
don't play with nobody no more. Like
I know,
Beyonce.
right?
that's his disclaimer. Hey, they talking shit. We ain't us Beehive folks. We good over here. It's fine. I see you. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I don't play with the Beehive after Swarm came out. I don't play with the Beehive no more.
I ain't watched that yet. I heard it was good though.
It is good.
It's
But
very good.
Yo,
it's scary.
listen. The one scene that I did see that I'm going to watch on replay is that scene with
Yeah, the
with
girl,
Chloe.
yeah, the twin, yeah.
I'm gonna play that shit. I'm gonna play that shit on repeat on my projector. My wife gonna walk. Get the fuck out. Get out. It's man
Wait.
time in here. We busy.
It was Chloe. That's right. Haley, the other
You
one.
talking about Chloe?
Yeah, it was Chloe.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, is.
it wasn't
that
much.
was-
It was like less than 5 seconds.
Listen, you could if you slow down 5 seconds long enough, it's like a lifetime. Okay. I'm just saying, niggas will peruse fucking XTube or Pornhub for 5 seconds of a good goddamn clip to stroke to, man. Listen, if your pause game is on point, you good.
I figured your hands be tied up.
That's why you got to connect it to Alexa. Hey Alexa, pause right now.
Yeah, it was.
It's always my friends. For real, I didn't know that part.
Bro.
I didn't know that.
It's a great show. It's fun unless you don't like gore. But if you don't have a problem with people being stabbed in the face, then you're good.
It gets scary when you start looking at the stories they relate the stories they base it off of in real life. That's what gets scary. Yeah. That's what I said. I don't play with the Beehive no more. Yeah, that is about the Beehive. That's why it's called Swarm.
Okay.
They never directly talk about Beyonce in any way, but you can infer that that's what it's about.
Right.
Oh well, eventually they're gonna make one about the Taylor Swift army.
They already did that. It's like almost
I'm a
every,
Swiftie.
that's Mean Girls. They already did that.
Connie, you saying you're a Swiftie?
Yeah. You gotta leave my girl alone now. Yeah. I'll stand up for Swiftie.
Hey, you know
I
what?
honestly think they're friends too, though. I honestly think they're friends.
They are. It's like people make all this fake shit between these female artists and male artists just so that they can get clout and get views. These people don't have to fight each other.
Hey, if
Yeah.
if y'all talking about shows that I guess mirror real life, I finally decided to watch The Purge. Bro, that shit is wild.
You just watching The Purge?
Don't judge me, okay? I got a backlog of shit I gotta watch.
This Purge is like 15 years old.
You talking about the movie The Purge?
No, the show, the TV show.
Oh, what TV show?
Oh, see, you was coming for me and you uninformed.
I sure was.
TV show Purge.
Nah, yeah, they got a show on FX or one of them fucking channels. But yo, the shit is good, man.
I love The Purge. Like that's one of my favorite.
Yo,
I love that shit.
I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but the second season starts off wild as fuck, bro.
I'm gonna check it out tomorrow.
I started watching it, like I randomly started watching, like it was on Hulu better yet. I was like, oh, let me see what's going on. I don't got shit else to watch. And I started watching that shit, and then I was like, holy shit. Oh nigga, I am hooked.
Nice.
Bro, that shit is fucking wild.
Wow, I
Nice.
didn't know. I gotta catch up on. I know they had a TV show for it. I'm watching.
By the way, you're welcome.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if you're right first. But thanks.
Listen, I want
Yeah.
I don't know who this person is. Oh, I do know who he is. I do know who he
well,
is. Yeah.
I didn't know who he was until you sent it to me. And I'm gonna be
Right.
honest with you, I looked at a portion of that video you sent me, and I was like, "This nigga is whack."
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good on him.
Yeah. I've seen his videos before, but just like in passing, I wouldn't literally just now I put his face in my head of who that is. Why would he do
Listen,
that to himself? But I know
I've
we're
seen
moving on,
OnlyFans
but
I've seen OnlyFans bras more memorable than that dude, so
hmm.
don't you judge me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was who is that? Oh, just random people. That's cool. I know you do that.
Ev Everyone loves a good random.
Randos. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Really? Did it? Wow. Mhm.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that. 50 been saying that.
Usher said some things. Usher.
Mm.
Why Biggie though? That's what I don't understand.
Biggie was trying to leave, wasn't he? He was trying to leave the label.
Oh,
Nah, from
okay.
what I heard, it was just because with Biggie around, he was Puff was always going to be in his shadow. He would never get as high as he was with Notorious still at the helm. You know.
It's a pretty weak reason to kill someone when you're that successful, though.
Sorry.
I feel like that's a weak reason to kill someone because Puffy was still had a lot of money, was very successful, was a producer getting new acts. So why does he need to be bigger than one of his acts? And if
Because
not, to kill that person.
well, right.
But
Well,
he,
you
but I
gotta
mean,
you gotta understand. Even if he was still getting all the money, he would have still been in Biggie's shadows. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If Biggie was still around, there was no way Puff would be where he is now. I'm not saying he wouldn't be up there, but Biggie will always have that upper echelon. There was and think about that. If things went sour and Biggie decided to jump ship, let's just say, for example, he knew that all of his leverage would have been gone because Biggie was who brought him into the game. Biggie was who made him all of his money. To lose
yeah.
somebody like that, that's just pretty much saying that, oh shit, this nigga don't got no loyalty. Like no one's fucking with him for some reason, and they're gonna start looking out. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I'm not saying that
Okay.
that's for sure what happened, but logically, that's what I would have assumed.
I mean, as a businessman, yeah, he got, he grew, but I mean, if you're talking about being his shadow as far as lyrically or musician or artist wise,
Yeah, he's not
he's
even
still
Just
close.
just period though.
he's still in his shadow. Like, I'm honest with you. P Diddy, Puff Daddy name don't come up in the greatest rappers of all time. No one's like, oh yeah,
Never.
Puff Daddy is one. No one. His name
I
never comes
just
up.
I just honestly think just because he's in that crew of black entrepreneurs coming up in that era, that he's just one of the friends in the crew per se of Jay-Z, those kind of people. And on mine cut off. But yeah, I think we just put him on a pedestal that's a little too high for.
I was like, this patient is killing me.
Yeah, y'all calling niggas out. Shit, my shit don't ever better go down.
I wasn't
Y'all,
gonna
nig-
say anything.
y'all
I was
niggas is
waiting for him to get
embarrassing,
it.
bro. Y'all niggas is embarrassing, bro.
You sure do. Sure do.
Bill's character.
'Cause you
Hey,
got me.
is
Because
Diddy
I
watching
want
this
to be
TikTok?
successful, so I'm
Is,
calling you out.
is Diddy watching the TikTok? Is he cutting people out? Is Diddy watching the TikTok? He like, I ain't, I ain't having it. He cut us out. He cut us out.
I think I'm just being naive about the situation because like I grew up with those videos and everything, and they seem like they were such good friends, and Diddy just seems to be dancing. He seems like such a good guy. And I'm not gonna sit here and say he didn't do all these things, but it's still because I never heard all these like negative things about him that other people seem to have known. So it's just all this is very shocking to me.
You know
I
what?
mean,
I'm in the same
I
boat
can
as
see him
you.
look happy
I
too.
close my eyes. I close my eyes until it's like, yo, nigga, you can't ignore this shit no more.
Right.
But no, like you said though, I didn't really start hearing a whole lot of real negative shit. And honestly, I don't really follow a lot of the like the hip hop and all that. Like I don't follow a lot of the stars because I got, life, nigga. Like life is hard. I'm too busy
Mhm.
trying to pay my mortgage than following these niggas and they fucking expensive ass lives that I can't ever afford.
That's true.
Right.
Right, right.
Right.
You ain't putting shit in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But and so listen, so here's my thing about that, right? I don't know if any of you guys know who Ryan Davis is. But he's a
Comedian.
comedian. You can find him on
Yeah,
like
funny
Yeah,
as
yeah, I
Instagram.
hell.
love Ryan Davis. Yeah. He
Right.
talks
He
about this
had
really good.
right. He had a very, very interesting opinion on it. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of agree with him in a way. Um, but here's the thing. I do feel like at some point with Cassie, it was kind of about the money. I do feel so because well, hold on. Well, here's again. This is just kind of what I heard. I don't know for sure. This is all speculation. From what I understand, she was about to write a tell-all book, and she came to him and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna put this book out," and he was like, "No, bitch, fucking crazy." And she was like, "Well, either you pay me or I'm gonna drop the book," and he was like, "Fuck you." And then she dropped the lawsuit at him, and he was like, and no, actually, not even at him, at his companies. She dropped it at his companies and was like, "Yo," they was like, "Yo, you know what? Might make sense for me to pay this motherfucker off because if this book come out, that's it for me." At the end, at the end, yeah,
I doubt that seriously. You think if he loses his what endorsements does he even have? He has all these businesses.
He got plenty of endorsements.
I mean, you
But
gotta,
wouldn't they
but I mean, you
like?
gotta think of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I mean, but you really gotta think about it, though. Let's just say Cassie would have wrote this book and dropped it, just like the dude said. How many of y'all think she was gonna make $35 million in book sales? I personally don't see that shit. I don't care how good the book is. She ain't making 35 mil.
That's what she
She,
got.
she do if it got a T about Diddy in it.
It don't no. It don't even matter. It don't even matter because okay, let's call a spade a spade. First of all, most niggas ain't gonna buy the book. People's gonna either find a way to download it or borrow it from somebody else.
I mean, well,
You understand?
even if she did like a tell all book situation, no, that's like how you just said, don't necessarily gotta be in book form. She could do an audio book, or you mean just because you make a hard print book, don't mean it can't go to other platforms.
But you
No,
still
no,
have to
you're
pay
right,
for
but
that.
I don't see but
Or
I don't see that making $35 million. You understand? Think about how much they sell books for. Why do you think most writers out there are constantly trying to pump out books? Because selling one book, even if you sell millions of copies, ain't gonna be enough for you to make $35 million. Couple
Yeah,
hundred thousands maybe, but not 35 million.
I wouldn't necessarily say 35 million, but I feel like if she got the not just any type of dirt on Diddy, but the right type of dirt on Diddy that can be damn near used as evidence and tying other nigga stories type shit, then low key you could be going down like a part of history just buying a motherfucker and being, just buying and reading and see what the fuck going on type shit. So it's like That's on the being nosy side of it
It
type
was
shit.
gonna be a bestseller for sure.
Yeah,
But
like
I don't know how much money that would be.
you gotta be honest. Out of that sticky situation, niggas is nosy. Niggas would have bought that book.
Yeah.
Well,
Niggas
I
is the
mean,
fuck nosy.
I'm not doubt.
I ain't saying it's gonna sell 35 mil, but trust me, it got like a good couple $100,000 to $1 million up because niggas is nosy. Just off the simple fact that
Right,
niggas is
right.
nosy.
See, and that's my point though. That's my point though. When you're writing a book and you know, well, shit, this ain't gonna sell that much, but you got a way to get 35 mil. You don't think that that's a better option for you? You don't got to write a book. You don't got to waste your fucking time. All you got to do is say to somebody, look, I'm gonna write a book. These are the things that I'm gonna put in the book. Pay me $35 million or I sell it. Even if I only make, let's just say, $150,000, it's still gonna be damaging enough to where you're losing a lot more than just $35 million.
No,
Then you
if you're looking at that point of whether or not it's more worth it to
Hey, black people.
hey
Yo.
lawsuit over book, then yeah, lawsuit it is. You don't have to do. I mean, you still have to do a lot for a lawsuit. You have to write down every detail of what happened. But no, in that situation, yeah, the lawsuit is better.
Yeah, but listen, Cassie didn't want to go to court with Diddy. At the end of the day, her
don't
best
got the money
option
to
was
go to
for him
court
to
with Diddy.
settle. Right. Her best option was to settle because think about this. She got money, yes, but Diddy got fuck you and everyone you know money. This dude could drag this shit out in court for the next 25 years. He could
Yeah.
run down the clock. And being someone that's worked in the court systems, I've seen this shit happen.
He ain't gonna
He
do it
could run
because
it down.
he's not gonna do it because he's afraid of his guilt. He's gonna settle and get it over with.
First of all, he don't got no goddamn guilt. If the
That's
motherfucker
facts.
had guilt, then he wouldn't have been doing a lot of the fucked up shit he was
Well,
doing.
I think
Because
she
No, I
means
didn't
that
say
he's
feeling
guilty,
guilty. I didn't say
not
he
feeling
felt
guilty.
guilty. The
That's what
fact
I
that he
thought you meant
knows
too,
that he's
Lynette.
guilty. No, I
But
didn't
she's
mean that
saying
he
because he
felt guilty.
is guilty.
Exactly. He's afraid of
yeah,
his guilt,
but
not feeling guilty.
yes, but you have to understand something. Like I could be guilty all goddamn day. If I have a court case and I make sure that it's after a certain point a non-disclosure is signed, so this shit is in private.
Mm-hmm.
Don't matter how guilty I am. I could drag it out for 20 years and still be cool. Because at the end of the day, this was never a civil charge. I mean, I'm sorry, it was never a criminal charge. It was only civil. You understand? It's not as
But you want to you
well, here's the thing. When you sign a settlement statement, a lot of settlement statements have non-disclosures in them. That means that
Right.
you could no longer go and put that information out there. You
but
understand?
does this
At
one?
the end of
He
not true, not true, not true at all. Not true at
he's
Did
all.
making
she
it seem
sign a
like it's
non-disclosure?
I'm
If that
sure
was
she
if that was the
signed one
case,
because
if that was the
she
case,
paid
why give her the
everybody
money?
else to it.
Because I
Ain't
mean,
no
because here's the thing. If you sign a non-disclosure, if you're gonna sign a settlement agreement with a non-disclosure, then that means that both parties are gonna have to keep up their end of the deal. So say me and you go to court and you're suing me for $120,000. If I said, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to go to court, let's settle for whatever reason. If you sign a non-disclosure about that, then that means that I have to give
correct.
you that money that we agreed to. You understand? And if I don't give you that money, then that contract is no longer void. Is no longer legal. But at the same time, if I gave you that money and you turned around and went out and you started spreading that information, now I can take that money back and then sue you for violation of that non-disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
But did she sign a non-disclosure? I'm sorry, y'all.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if she did, but in most settlement agreements, there's normally a clause in there that says you're not allowed to disclose this to these people.
But
Well,
So
everything that she could possibly disclose may not be in that non-disclosure. You got to understand how much information she may possibly
no,
have.
that means you can't
it
talk
does
about
it
anything
does
at all
right,
non-disclosed. You
right,
cannot talk about the
right,
case, period.
That
You could
that
bring
right.
up
case.
He
that.
You can't talk about
yes,
that
but
case.
hold
But
on,
she
hold on.
knows
But he could also
other things.
It doesn't matter. You could all a non-disclosure in a settlement does not have to specifically be about that specific settlement. You understand? You can put in a non-disclosure and say, "Hey, and after this is settled, you are no longer to speak my name to
Right.
anyone ever." You understand? It depends on
But
how
we're
smart.
assuming that she signed that though.
I'm
No,
assuming it
I
because he made
well,
everybody who he gave their master copies back to sign one in order for that deal to go through. So why wouldn't he do
and
it in this situation?
and most importantly, I'm assuming it because he gave her $35 million.
Right. He
He
signed
wouldn't have gave her he wouldn't have gave her that money unless he had something to worry about. And at the end of the day, if that
Mhm.
stifles it, then why would you not make sure that that was ironclad in your settlement?
Got a question. So Trey, you said her taking the 35 mil was a power move. How could that possibly be a power move more so than a cop? Whereas though you could have just wrote a tell-all book exposing this man, that would have been way more of a power move than that.
I thought the
Facts.
power move was on his end.
It was
But but she can easily leak information. I mean, she can easily.
she
no,
can. She can.
she
But
did that
hold on. No, no, no.
legally breaking the law. She can't.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Maybe not legally.
So technically, she could leak whatever she wants to. Can't nobody stop her. But if she did and it went back and it got like tracked
Right
back
back
to
to her.
her,
Yeah.
she is absolutely fucked. On top of
Yeah.
that, what that does is that destroys her credibility. You understand? That means that at the end of the day, no one's gonna know whether the shit she said in the book is true or not because she obviously can't remain honest to a legal binding contract that made her $35 million. If you're
Okay.
willing to give that up just to leak some information, then that's all on you. And they got some dumb shit. But hey, knock yourself the fuck out.
And she would be sued for everything she has.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
Especially
again, we're assuming she signed one.
the rights of that book. Because he could also sue her for the rights for the book. Pull that shit off the shelves, destroy all copies,
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck he wants.
She settled too fast for her not to sign one because you ain't no way you selling that quick and you just cool with it. She got that money, she signed that paperwork, and she went on about her business.
She
No, I
made a
think that
smart
was her
move. I'm
plan
with it.
anyway. I think her intention was to go ahead and get that money and sign that NDA and move on with her life.
Goddamn right.
Because
Right?
if she was gonna
Absolutely.
do the book, if y'all don't know if y'all heard the rumors of niggas that crossed Diddy and that would mess. You all know the DC rapper Wale?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you heard about him? Yeah, hanging him
Well,
over
we
the
can talk.
balcony and all
No, we
that.
can talk about what happened.
Oh well, let's get into it then, because I had seen a story about it the other day, and the dude was in the room when the shit happened. So like he like knows like physically what happened. So he said it. He's
But no, tell him what they supposedly did to Wale.
all
Talking
right.
about the window.
Him, it was Wale, a rapper named
Allegedly.
Shy Glizzy. No, ain't no allegedly, but yeah, we can say allegedly. It's him, rapper named Shy Glizzy, and his entourage and a couple other people and all that. They in the studio recording music. Matter of fact, Wale was recording a song with Cassie, and Diddy came in there, whole bunch of security. It was like everybody surrounded him, so couldn't nobody see it was him and all that and all that. So I'm not, I wasn't going from his POV. I was going for the POV of the niggas who was in the studio. That was Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said like he basically had his entourage covering him, so couldn't nobody see who he was. Like time, ain't no normal nigga like a celebrity gonna do that. But if you ain't on time and you ain't gonna just come up so nobody can see you type shit, just fully covered in security and all that. So while they was back in the back with Cassie in the booth and all that, Diddy and insecurity Crowley allegedly escorted his ass out to the balcony. And the bull said when he walked to the back, and he said Wale had like a certain type of sock on, it was like stripes or some type of shit like that. He said when he heard them tussling, whatever, when he went back there, he saw fucking Wale socks and his fucking feet was dangling in the air like on some Fresh Prince type shit.
I heard this story. I heard this story before.
And then if you
Mhm.
also didn't hear another John about when who was it? Him and J. Cole got into it. And y'all know the reason why J. Cole don't drive cars no more? Because the
Why?
situation with Wale was also, it was never Wale or something. Allegedly, Diddy had somebody's car blown up. So when Diddy and J.
Mhm.
Cole got into it, he stopped driving in cars. And if you really notice, J. Cole always on the bike and always kick footing or doing something that's not mobile because nigga, I ain't going up, man. It was like Kid Cudi or some shit like that. You try to blow up Kid Cudi car or some shit like that.
He
But
did blow up Kid Cudi car.
yeah, I knew I ain't want to say unique. I know it was somebody, but I couldn't remember exactly. But he blew up Kid Cudi car, and ever since then, you know, him and J. Cole got into it. J. Cole don't ride in cars no more because of that nigga and because of what happened to fucking Kid Cudi.
Oh.
So ain't no allegedly know that shit around Diddy name, bro. That nigga really out here doing some bullshit, allegedly type shit. But you feel me?
Yeah.
That nigga out here on
Everybody
demon
know
time.
that.
Yeah, bro. You got tuned in with them podcasts. Niggas is starting to tell their stories and shit now.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm saying. With
My
Cassie,
thing
this would
is,
have been a good time for her to do her thing.
my thing is a lot like with the as far as the security guards go. They're all coming out now, and sorry.
What's that?
Yeah, but okay, but why weren't y'all stopping it? My question is to them. Like now you want to
Because
come
he's
out?
Bro,
Are you
Diddy.
coming out for this clout? Yeah,
Because
I
they
Aren't
get
you
it.
weren't
trying to
stopping
stop
it
it when your
because they
boss
were
is
one
hold on.
that
involved in it,
person?
and two, they saw what was happening to other people. So it was their
Right.
best
See,
bet
as
to like, if you can't beat them, join them type situation until they get to a situation now where they feel like they have a safe
It's
space to
not
speak.
even
Because
that.
if something happens to them,
It's
it'll
not
be too
even
obvious.
that. Things like that happen in the military all the time. Whereas though shit happen, like say like when they
goddamn
overseas
right.
in Iraq and some shit happen, and because like say like all right cool. Say like if I see Trey doing some wild shit, and I go try to go to a higher up about yo man, I just see Trey do some wild shit. Woo, woo. If that higher up doing the same wild shit Trey doing, I'm the odd man out. It ain't no fucking.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it can't just be the security guard. Woo. So say who the fuck they supposed to tell Kanye or
Right. Right.
Diddy or to say like if they do go tell the
Hmm.
police. So say if he got them police in his back pocket, these niggas can go from fucking oh yeah I got a job to never have a job again for the rest of their life type shit or take off
Right.
this earth.
You're in a good
You know,
place. Yeah, they're doing some crazy shit, but you're getting paid well. You have the status of being around
Yeah,
Diddy
you
all the
gotta remember
time.
what we just
There's
said. The
so
nigga
much
just blew
comfort
niggas
there.
cars up and all this type of shit.
Hmm.
That you tell me
Right.
you trying
And
to
he
double
might
cross
have
a
you
nigga like
killed.
that?
Exactly.
y'all
You feel
remember
safer not saying anything.
Right.
Yeah, shit.
But now that
y'all remember that
everybody
old
starts to
Boondocks
talk, and then
episode?
you feel safe talking because everybody else is
Yeah,
talking.
and now it's a little emotion behind it, but hey, sometimes it's scared to be the first nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all remember that Boondocks episode, The Trial of
Hey,
R. Kelly?
hell
Yep.
yeah, that's
I
my
think
shit.
listen, I think
Freeman.
Riley Freeman said it best. He was like, "Bro, this is our fault. We all knew that this shit was happening, and didn't nobody
Mhm.
have a problem because the music was good and the money
This
was
shit is
flowing."
selective. It's
Mhm.
selective. It's selective.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's selective
I mean,
hatred.
even right. Like, well, I was talking to my homeboy
Was it
about it. He
selective
brought up
outrage?
Hey,
Selective
it's all
he
outrage.
brought up
selective. Yeah, my
Mhm.
fault. Yeah.
And the
nah,
crazy
you
shit
good. Like,
is
look,
he learned this from someone else. He learned this predatory.
Yeah, he was groomed
Nigga,
himself. So.
he was groomed. He was groomed himself.
Mhm.
Davis.
Wow.
Davis.
It was real life living it. Hmm.
so so a little off the topic. If we're talking about movies, Get Rich or Die Trying was fucking immaculate. 50 Cent played
That's
an
my shit,
amazing role.
bro.
Nigga,
That was the only music album I ever bought in my life. I never spent money on the album again. I bought that shit when I was 10 years old.
bro, that movie, man, that nigga
Yeah,
was
that
playing
movie
his
was
real
yeah.
life. That shit was tough.
I ain't gonna lie though, a lot of 50 Cent movies be good, even like the low budget joints and shit. His shit,
Mhm. I
it
do
don't be that
enjoy his
bad.
work.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I so want to hate this nigga as an actor, but he's so compelling.
It's hard, bro. The nigga know what he
I like
doing.
50 Cent as an actor.
I like
Say it
50 Cent
again?
as a person. He's a what you call it?
I do
No,
like
Character.
no, no.
50
Listen,
Cent.
listen.
Mhm.
I like him as a person and I like him as an actor, but when he first came out, bro, I didn't want to like him as an actor. I'm like, nigga, you a rapper, stay in your fucking lane. And then I watched Get Rich or Die Trying, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up now. I'm gonna
That's
shut the
like,
fuck
well,
up.
fucking when I saw Eminem with 8 Mile type shit, I was like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, this movie kind of cold, bro. What the fuck?
Tupac did
Right.
it too.
These rappers is out here, man. They making all of it.
Yeah, the talented people.
All right, so
What you
Right.
gonna
Yeah.
unbiased
do?
opinion, I didn't really care for Tupac on Juice.
He did, but he did that independent film with Ken
Blasphemy.
Barr. That was I can't think of
Blasphemy.
the name of it.
I ain't like Tupac on Juice, bro. I don't. I'm sorry.
Blasphemy.
The Bishop is one of
You
the
know,
I saw that movie a
craziest
couple
fucking
times,
actors
bro.
ever.
Tupac and Juice
Yeah,
was the
so
person Tupac always wanted to be.
the only reason why because I know niggas like that, so it's like, yo, come on, bro. Like niggas like that, you always gotta be on your toes around. Cause them niggas is crazy, bro. Like it's like, damn, bro. Like I don't like niggas
Listen,
like
that's
you.
how you
All
know he
right,
acted. That's how you know he was a good actor
That's
in that
why.
movie because
Yeah.
he triggered you. He was like, oh, there you go, this nigga. Look
You
at that,
feel
oh
me?
this
no, no,
nigga
no,
being
ain't
this.
the fact. Ain't the fact like for instance like I don't like if I was younger type shit. I kind of didn't play games like GTA. Like I kind of did, but like once I got to a certain age and people like, oh damn, GTA on some hood shit. I stopped playing GTA and certain things. Come like nigga, I can walk outside and play GTA. You feel me? So it was like for certain things, like for that, like if I know plenty of niggas is like that, it ain't the fact that he triggered me, it's the fact that like I already know I don't like niggas like you. So it's like, all right, cool, nigga. I already don't like your character in the movie. 5 minutes in, I'm like, all right, I see what type of nigga you is. And I just go on about my day and probably turn the movie type shit. So
you
ain't the
know who made
fact.
me feel that way? Ice Cube in Boys in the Hood for a minute. I was like, damn, this nigga a thug. I don't like this nigga.
He said, this
Then
nigga
he
got
ended up
thugger
getting
for
shut
real.
up.
At the end of the day, he was realest one.
Wait,
Right.
what was Boys in the Hood? That was the joint when nigga got shot in the alleyway. Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky.
That shit right there is forever iconic. Bro, it don't matter what happens. Anybody in any movie, any game, any situation, you get shot in your back of you running, niggas yelling Ricky.
Okay,
Mhm,
hold on.
mhm.
I gotta do this. I kind of want to see if you'll get this one. Give me your rims, your Dayton, and a double burger with cheese.
Oh, I can't remember
Oh
that
my goodness,
joint.
Kane was the
Boys in the
fight.
Hood. Was that Boys in the
Listen.
Hood?
No, no, no. That was
Cocaine.
with Kane
That,
and
ni-
Doughboy.
that nigga got robbed at
I
the
mean,
whatchamacallit. Yeah, Boys in the Hood.
Yeah,
A menace
yeah, Boys in the
society.
Hood.
Menace Society.
No, and then he was like,
Oh,
with cheese.
no, it threw me
He was
off
like, you
because like
trying
they
to
had
get
a
killed
little
over
scene
some
like
dumb
that
shit?
too. Boys in the Hood in there. Them Boys in the Hood ever seen like that too?
It
When
was
I
some
When they
yo,
were
shit.
at
they
a when they
did, they did. He was at the boy got robbed at the drive through. That's what threw me off because the nigga on Boys in the Hood got robbed at the drive through. The Ice Cube robbed that nigga.
yo, not for nothing. Menace Society is my favorite movie in the world. I love
Hell
that
yeah.
movie.
Also, you talking
Menace
about
to
the
Society.
the
That's
regular one
disrespectful.
or the funny one
Yeah,
with Marlon Wayans
both
and
of
them?
them. Both of them. But hold on, the regular one has some funny moments,
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
like when Kane beat up the old dude. I forget his name. And old dog and Hillboy was like, "You better shut the fuck up for our cocaine over here again."
Hurry up
Look at
and
that dude.
buy.
It's like Kane beating your ass the other night. I was like, Nick, that's some hood shit right there. Only niggas do that
Hurry up
shit.
and buy.
You was talking about don't drink juice in the hood when they opened the door and the door was like,
Nigga. Or do we have a problem?
Oh,
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be low dog for Halloween this year.
question.
You
You can't unhear it after you've heard it.
sure
Question,
okay?
y'all.
You sure okay?
Let's play a quick 5 second game. Let's play guess Trey's favorite movie when he was a kid. One of Trey's favorite movies when he was both kids. Since we talk about old ass
Did we get
movies.
any clues? Did we get any clues?
How young? How young we talking now?
We was about teenagers. Well, he was a teenager. I was a little kid because we was like a little 10 or 19-year age kid. So he
So
was a
this was
teenager. I was
like
a kid.
2000.
A hint would be like, only I can say is a strip club. That's all I can say. Strip club.
Players Club.
Not Players
There you
Club.
go. There you go.
Oh Lord.
First of all, when you mention strip club to any nigga, the first thing they think about
Listen, all I know is I'm gonna
oh
use what
girl.
I got to get what I want. Yeah.
This nigga used to watch that shit religiously. That shit used to be funny as hell. Whenever that shit came on, he watched that shit.
You got
That
pull
shit,
your lips around in a little circle.
bro. That was this fucking movie, bro. That shit's had me mad as hell.
But you know what though? But you know what though? Back to what I was saying. Yo, you was right. You was right, bro. Like after all that shit that was going on with Cassie and Puff, like where the fuck were the managers? Where were the security guards? All of these niggas sat here and they were
Watch
implicit
that
to
shit.
letting all of this bullshit happen,
And don't
and they
get me
say
wrong.
nothing.
Some niggas was possibly involved in certain shit, but for the most part, like I said, like some niggas is like, who the fuck you gonna tell? Who you gonna run to? When this niggas might have, for all
Right,
you
who
know,
you
this
gonna
nigga might
run
got
to?
the nigga might have politicians in his back pocket type shit. Who the fuck could you possibly tell on a nigga named Diddy? You know what I'm saying?
He definitely got somebody. Remember he got Wendy Williams fired from the radio station in New York because she said something about his parties. Because that's Wendy Williams. Mm-hmm. What
And she
silence is she
probably
gonna break?
won't.
She got one glimpse. She got one glimpse of that, and they got her the heck up out of there, and she got the heck up out of there. Period. Listen, not
Not
no,
gonna
but
say
hell no.
anything. She has no
She ain't
reason
got
to
nothing to
talk
say.
about that.
She's smart enough that she ain't got nothing to say.
My only
She got out
concern.
before she got before she knew too much. Wait, did y'all know about
Mace,
TD
Mace
Jakes?
talking
Did I miss
shit.
Mace,
that?
Mace
Mace,
crack.
call, Mace been calling
You
him
gotta
out
watch
though.
you gotta watch his podcast. Mace been talking shit, especially like with all this really going on. He been talking shit.
Oh,
I
Mace,
don't mean
Mace,
shit. Mace
Mace
is
That's
is
still
how
a real
look.
everywhere.
nigga.
Mace
That's
is
how
everywhere.
bad it was. That's how bad it was. This fool went to the
Right, right.
top.
He had to turn to
And then
change his whole
we was talking
career.
about earlier when somebody said something about the giving back the masters and all that shit. Them niggas masters ain't worth shit, to be honest.
Not only to only a couple of them.
No, like we be
The rest
honest, like
of them.
outside of Biggie, outside of like Biggie and I'll say probably who the fuck else? Who? Literally who?
None of his artists doing good
I
right
mean, don't
now.
get me wrong. Mace royalties might be worth a little something because he was writing a lot of them songs at that time after the Diddy period for the Every Step I Take and certain little Jones like that. That was Mace writing that shit. So he got like some royalties, some you mean, but after that, nigga, Danity Kane was a failure. Them all them band groups and shit was fucking failures and
Danity
shit.
Kane.
Whatever the fuck them, whatever they name, everybody that Diddy put out, put
Pussycat
that nigga in the
Dolls, all
negative.
them bitches, yeah.
He, all
Yo,
them
oh,
artists, Dirty
So
Money,
how
Diddy,
so
Dirty
how
Money. Remember
on earth
that?
did he I was gonna say, how did he
listen,
become a billionaire?
Diddy. I mean,
because
Biggie.
Because of Sean
He
John,
was.
because of he produced all these other people,
because of
His
royalties.
J
He used
royalties.
Boy Boy to open up
Rock.
another. The money he made off of Biggie for them royalties and all that, he put that shit in the other shit, started doing other shit.
He produced Run's House. He had a whole clothing line. He was part of Baby Fat. All that.
You know what's funny? Before I
Dang.
heard all of this, I remember watching Making the Band, right? And I remember
Mm.
Puff told him to go get us some cheesecake from Junior's, right? And
Hmm.
I
And he
was
made
from
them
New
niggas
York.
walk or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
yeah,
wear both
I'm from
from
New
days.
York, so
Manhattan
I
to
was like,
Brooklyn.
yo, that is a
Over
walk,
that bridge
bro.
and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
But here's the part that blew my mind because at the time I had a girlfriend that was very into the show. I was like, bro, he talking mad reckless to these niggas. Like,
And
how
they
how
the
how
I was watching some of them niggas interviews. They're like some of the females, some of the people, some of the niggas and all that. Most of them niggas said they ain't get paid from that shit from the TV show or just in general. Some niggas said he only got like $500 or like $5,000, some shit like that, like throughout the whole stint type shit.
Bro, but can you imagine Biggie's? I mean, that's now Puff's soft ass talking to you. I'm gonna knock your ass out, nigga. Get
I
it,
ain't
get it,
gonna
get it,
His
get it.
cat.
soft ass voice.
What a die.
Hey man, I was one of them young niggas, and he was telling me like that. Fuck the bullshit. Fuck the security. Fuck this opportunity. I'm taking a shot, and I ain't talking about
Facts.
for the money. Hey nigga, fuck it.
Bro,
I'm risking it all. You ain't talking to me
I
like
was
that.
like, it boggled my mind. I'm like, how is it y'all let this
Because you know why
this boy
they
die?
select certain kind of
Because
people for that anyway. When they do
if
the
he
casting calls, they
if they
select
do
certain
go
people from a
off,
certain
if they do
background,
go off
and
or whatever the case, they blackball. They can't get in the industry. Then he gonna
But you
close
know
all the
what?
doors for him.
You don't need to be
but
in the
they
industry because
specifically try
now
to
you're
pick
gonna
people
be
they know that
trading
they
as the nigga that
will
knocked
go
him
off. They
out.
I mean, that's the thing. That'll do you value now, but back then at that time, that really did you nothing. The way social media was back then, you would just been a nigga in
Touche.
jail at that point.
Yeah, you ain't
But
lying.
right
You ain't
now,
lying.
niggas would have been waiting for you to get out. Niggas would have waited for you to get out before you drop a song or some shit. That's how that shit be, bro. These unknown niggas, these SoundCloud niggas, they go to jail. And remember that nigga XXX Tentacion? It's literally how he blew up. Nigga went to jail and shit. Next thing you know, niggas was wearing like free X t-shirts and all that shit. Niggas fuck with his music on SoundCloud and shit. Next thing you know,
Oh, I
nigga
didn't
got
even
out
know
of
that.
jail, made a song. Yeah, he got out of jail, made a song. The nigga blew the fuck up. He already had some type of little buzz and way before he went to jail and shit. But like once he went to jail, everybody seen his mug shots. And you know how them niggas be rapping. Oh, he got a crazy mug shot. Oh, that's a beautiful mug. Like, you know how them niggas be weird with the mug shots nowadays. So they were like, oh, his mug shot
You
kind
talking
of
about
lit.
the
Like,
model?
yeah, you know, yeah, like shit like that. Like, so his mug shot was like kind of like standard, but he looked kind of crazy in that joint. So Nick's like, yo, he looked like a demon in that. He looked crazy in his mug shot. Woo-woo. So his mug shot went viral. Oh, he a rapper too. This, that, this, that. So when he got out of jail, he made a song. That nigga was big at that. And it was just like, shit, that's all it take.
You know? What's
Jail
his name went
time.
to jail and he came out worse than he went in. That nigga,
Bobby.
6ix9ine.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about Bobby Smurder.
Now let's not fuck with
Don't
Bobby.
talk
We
about
ain't
my
gonna talk
boy.
about Bobby Schmurder. I ain't gonna talk about Bobby
That's my
Schmurder.
guy.
I fuck with
Hey, don't
Bobby,
get me
but
wrong. Don't get
That's
me
my
wrong.
guy.
Bobby my nigga too, and don't get me wrong. Before he went to jail, hot nigga, I could hot nigga Bobby, but I could name
Gucci
damn
on
near
some
all
hot
his
shit.
shit. The Joe he was doing with the Migos and shit with Richard. I was fucking with fucking GS9 and Bobby Smurder and them heavy and shit. But let's not act like the music he was putting out before jail and the music prior to after jail ain't on the same level. The before shit was on a higher level than the shit he putting out now.
yeah, because he
I'm gonna
can't
be
rap
honest.
about this.
I haven't heard anything.
I
I mean,
have. Don't get me wrong. His music is still good. It's still good, but he ain't putting out the same thing he
Roddy
was.
Rebel still talking the same shit though. And they was in the same situation. So it ain't like you can't say he can't talk the same shit and woo, woo, he can. Cause Roddy doing it.
Maybe he don't want to. Maybe he don't want to
Right.
talk the same
Yeah,
shit.
like I don't know if you've seen
Maybe he's a
he on
different
his
guy.
Instagram, he came out and he was like, "Yo, I went in for this, but I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to stay on the straight and narrow. I'm trying to stay
Oh, I ain't
clean."
even say like it gotta be like what no gangster music or no crazy. I'm just saying like in general, like it ain't the
No,
same like the same level of music.
He ain't
yeah,
the
you're right.
same.
But hold on. But here's my thing. Here's my thing. And I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine about this. Would you still promote a rapper that you know is rapping about some shit that they just have never lived?
People do
I
all the
Why
mean,
time.
not?
they do
Every
it all
day.
the
That's what
time.
they doing now.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
but would
This
you do it? I didn't ask. I didn't
me
ask. I didn't ask.
personally, me
Hold on. I
personally.
didn't ask if they would do it. Y'all do it.
I mean it's a thing now.
If I
If it's a
promoted him
good
before,
business move, that's like say if like a nigga like 6ix9ine before all the snitching shit and all the crazy extra shit going on. Say like 6ix9ine at his prime before all the snitching crazy shit. No snitching, no nothing. Just regular 6ix9ine trolling and going
you
crazy.
said at his prime. I
Now if I
cannot
get
name
a
not one song.
Now, if the opportunity comes through and it's like, oh yeah, come work with 6ix9ine, woo, this, that. I know for a fact this nigga ain't about none of this shit he talking about. I know for a fact I fuck around and get some decent like not fuck like what he paid me to do working with him. I know like off the general the clout of being around this nigga, the following is gonna come from collabing with this nigga, all that XYZ shit. That's what I work with the nigga for. Now, if
And
I'm
that's
gonna
even
do some
better because that means he's not actually dangerous.
yeah, no, that's meaning like I'm benefiting more than that than he is from me type shit. Because
Right.
say like if I'm an upcoming nobody, whatever the case may be, he a nigga with all the clout, all the fame, all that bullshit. I'm basically getting his following type shit now. Say like if, for example, in a situation like that where it's not really benefiting me or I can't really benefit off the situation, it's more so going his way than my way, then fuck that. I'm not doing that shit. It's more so like I'm thinking business minded more so than like feelings minded. You feel me? Like I'm
Right.
gonna be on that. Like if it's gonna benefit me in any type of way, cause you the bigger artist, you the bigger person, you bigger celebrity, what the fuck you gonna call it and shit. So of course you gonna get something. I want something out of it. But as long as I could benefit some type of something out of this motherfucker, I'm cool. But if it ain't benefit me in any type of way, hell no.
I mean, we like most. What?
I was gonna say, what in work environment's not toxic at
You
some
gotta
point?
describe the toxic
It's
work
a little
environment.
bit. It's subjective, I think.
I
For me, you don't have
definitely
to
have.
describe it.
I
I was
just
in the
kind of
military,
popped
Okay.
in. I
so
was kind of a little late. Sorry about that.
Mhm.
But I feel like when it comes to the definition of a toxic work environment, to a certain extent, it's going to be a little bit different for everyone because everyone's going to have a slightly different environment that they thrive in versus, what
Mhm.
they may digress in. Like some people may thrive in really stressful, high energy, that kind of situation where some people really struggle. So it's really hard to say there's one description of what a toxic work environment is, but I think the main definition should really be what is an environment that is causing you to digress and stay stagnant. Because to me, an
Mhm.
environment that just keeps you in one place and keeps you in a very rigid form is almost kind of polluting your ability to grow and expand as not only a person but a skilled worker.
Mhm. Agree.
well, damn.
Agree.
Another
Toxicity is subjective, and
another joint for me, I was playing toxic too. Is like somebody at your workplace you just don't fuck with or you just don't like, or like your supervisor, or your coworker, whatever the fuck, and you just like, damn, that person always saying some dumb ass shit, or that person always doing some dumb ass shit, or like you just don't like your coworkers being around them in general, or like
but
what I'm
is
saying.
that
Sometimes
really
it'd be like
toxic
that
or
too.
just annoying?
Yeah,
I
For
mean,
some
I
people,
would.
I
shit,
think it can be.
it could be
Like,
that
I
could
have a
be.
friend of mine, he just doesn't like being super buddy buddy with his coworkers. It really bothers him when they're really personable and invasive. But for me, I personally enjoy being friendly with my coworkers. So I guess it just
I say,
depends. Like, what are you
I say for
thriving
that,
in?
that's like a level of like this a level of annoying. I'm talking about like sometimes like you'll have a coworker you just can't stand that motherfucker like because you just know either some dumb shit finna come out of his mouth or so much dumb shit that came out of his mouth to a point where you just don't like seeing his motherfucking face and it's just like every time you see this nigga you
It
gotta
almost
roll in
seems
your
on
eyes.
purpose. Like they're trying every way
Yeah,
possible to provoke you.
yeah, and
I,
it's like
I still
sometimes
don't.
it's
I still don't know if that's toxic, but that is. I feel like
Mhm.
every time you get a job, there's always that one person that ruins it, and that's kind of what it sounds like you're talking about. Like you like everybody else, but when Bobby comes to work, he just ruins your damn day, and that's like just bad. But to me, toxic is being lied to, manipulated, gaslit,
Yes. Yes.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
things that you making you do things that you would normally do, think things you would normally think, feel way almost like a cult, like brainwashing or whatever is what it becomes because they
Mhm.
keep keeping you and manipulating you to stay, and then later on, if you get out of the situation, you realize how abused you've been and how much stuff you let pass by. To me, more is toxicity.
me
And I
personally
think a
a
lot of that
company could
can
never
come
do
from a
that for
lack
me.
of balance because I don't know if it's a social expectation, but I think some employers find it easier to make someone feel guilty about prioritizing their personal or home life over work.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's why I like this generation. They will fucking quit a job in a second, boy.
Mhm.
Oh, in a
God
heartbeat. It
damn
it
right.
really like I am shook sometimes.
Yeah,
I
I
love
honestly,
this
I don't
generation.
like that because I feel like a part of when you say something is toxic, I think before you can do that, you have to take accountability for yourself. Like, what are you doing to one, either change that environment or change that feeling for
All right,
yourself, or what are
I
you
put
doing
it.
to add to it?
I'll give you an example. One
some
time
are.
I was working at this warehouse, Marshall's distribution warehouse, right? So when I came in that joint, It was me, a couple of dudes. They didn't last long. They stayed like a week or two. All right, bet. So, about after me, some other young dudes came in like 19, 20, whatever the case may be. So I came in like probably like 2, 3 months, 4 months before them. All right, bet. So we bought in that joint for about 4 months, all of us together and all that. I'm seeing the supervisor showing favoritism towards the new guys and my homie Ryan that been there for like a good little minute. So I've been there for a minute and all that. So they telling all the younger guys like I was dip. All right, so I was trying to be a trainer and all that shit. So I got like a little extra couple dollars and shit. These little niggas that came after me and shit, I'm basically like telling them like, and I'm new to my damn self, but I'm telling them what to do. Like, oh yeah, do this, take your box like this, and all that. Because when you become a trainer and shit, you basically don't really do shit. You just tell niggas what to do, and then you basically go dip and fuck off type shit. That's why I wanted to be a trainer. Cause I was trying to dip and fuck off type shit.
That's the wrong mentality right there. That's toxic. That's toxic. When you're a trainer, your priority should be making sure that the people learn how to do things appropriately, follow protocol, rules, regulations, stuff like that, and be
No,
there for them
that's the
if they
thing.
have questions.
That's the thing. I'm trying to do that too, but all I'm saying is in the fact that like instead of trying to build the walls like how I constantly had to do, I'm just trying to be the nigga that show the nigga how to build a wall. Don't get me wrong, dipping the fuck off is like basically like going into another person's truck and basically helping them if they need help or what the case may be. But other than that, you're still kind of supervising the nigga. But after you build like put like 1 to 2 boxes down, 2 layer like 1 to 2 boxes down like layer joints type shit, the nigga just got to do it himself after that. So you just show him how to. You mean? And after that, he do it himself. So that's all I'm saying. It's easier than just building the walls yourself. Cause them boxes be like 50 pounds, sometimes 60 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. Now you just or say like one box you may get like 10 pounds. All right, cool. Then your next box may be like 60 pounds. Then your third box may be like 20 pounds. Then your fourth box may be like 80 pounds. So it's like instead of doing that meticulously, monotonously all day, I can be telling the nigga and showing the nigga how to do it, and it's easier for me, and I can last longer.
So you don't have to work as hard.
That's
So
the
where's
thing.
the toxic?
You gotta remember. I'm still brand new in there. I just said that. I'm only like probably about 6 to 8 months in that joint. I don't know who giving promotions out your first 6 to 8 months in, because you still damn near on probation at most jobs. Your first 3 months in.
So let me ask you a question. Hold on, just so I understand. Did somebody say that y'all don't like that the new people are quitting without any like hesitation?
No, I think what some of us are saying is that the new people, like the newer generation, doesn't put up with a lot of bullshit, and they will quit. And then other people feel like maybe they're quitting for no reason or
They're quitting without because they don't
Okay.
understand that every you're not going to agree with everything. Some things you will never agree with. That's just life. You
Let
don't
me
get
stop.
your way. Things aren't going exactly how you want it to go. That's not cause to just walk away from something.
Yeah, but
Okay,
sometimes because you the young person on the job, sometimes people pick on you a little, you know what I mean, and all that.
Nope. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Bullshit.
Hold on. Hear me out. If these younger folks want to quit, let them fucking quit. Let me tell you something. What good does it do
I
to you
agree.
to show
Please
loyalty?
continue.
Hold
I'm
on.
going to add.
What good does it do to you being loyal to a company that's not loyal to you? I have myself have taken jobs, right? Where whenever I go to the interview, me and people are talking, they explain to me what their expectations are of me, and I explain to them what my expectations are of them, right? What happens when I'm keeping up my end of the bargain, but you're not? What happens if I ask you multiple times, hey, can we fix this? But you're just ignoring me. Why? What do I owe you
These
now? Why
people
should
we're
I
talking
stay and
about don't
suffer?
take that step. The people that we're talking about don't take that step. They don't
How do you know?
These are the
How do you
issues that I'm
know?
having. How do we because of the way they exit. It's not that they're exiting, it's the
Let me
way that
ask
they
you a
exit.
question. Let me ask you a question. Do when companies do like company wide layoffs, do they sit down and explain to you, we're gonna lay everyone off, but you can fix this by coming into work 3 hours a day?
Look, guess what? That's the power of being the boss now. Listen, we're talking about
No,
people that
it
work for
doesn't matter.
someone
There
and
should be no
it's
power in
true.
being the boss because
Well,
employees
then
are
what's
always
if you don't have power, then why are you the boss?
I'm not
Yeah,
saying you
listen.
shouldn't have power, but I'm saying your power should be in abusing people.
Mm.
And like
Right,
if you
right.
can fire me with no cause, then I can quit with no cause. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Listen,
If I
let me.
feel like you're not holding up your end of the bargain, I shouldn't have to give you no speech on why I'm quitting. Maybe I'm a
Uh,
shy person, but I'm
But
quitting for
we're
a
not
reason.
talking. But that's not the level that we're talking about. We're only talking about simply people that come in for a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month. Things don't go their way, and they want to walk out the door talking
let me
about.
tell you. Let me go ahead and share a little story with you. I used to work for a company, and I don't give a fuck. It was Kmart. I used to work for Kmart back in the days when I was, I want to say, like 17, 18, something like that. And I was
Shout
doing
out to Payaway.
overnight.
Payaway.
I was doing
Like
overnight,
special.
right? And my first check was nice. I was like, oh, this is dope. This is dope. So what I said, yeah, I wanted to keep getting good checks. So I was coming in doing doubles and working overtime and all this other shit. And then I remember I got my check one time and I looked at it and I was like, the fuck? Some money's missing. You know what? Maybe it's on my next check. My homeboy looked at me and said, nah, nigga, that's all you get. I'm like, wait, what? So I went to one of my supervisors and said, hey, what, my check is light. They were like, nah, that's what you get after working all the overtime. The more you work, the more taxes. I'm like, you know what? I will not be back tomorrow. I never went back to that bitch because I put in so much goddamn hard work to earn nothing. At the end of the day, just like how no company owes me an explanation, no company owes me a chance to fix my shit. I don't feel like that anyone else is owed that. Now, look, I'm not sitting now saying that that's in all scenarios because there are certain bosses that go above and beyond to make sure that the people are good. And yes, you should give them that respect. But I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. A lot of the times, even from coming into a company, you can see the process that they're going. People can like humans can understand and recognize patterns. You don't gotta work someplace for 6 years to understand that this company is shitty or the boss don't give a fuck about you. You understand? Because I've
I
worked
ain't
at a
gonna be
company
funny
for
to you.
over
I'm
a
gonna be
year.
eating this grilled cheese sandwich.
Nah, you good.
Well, and I think that's the difference between working in a corporate environment versus working in what I like to call a mom and pop owned small business. I would say, like,
Right.
100%.
so there's different ways to be toxic too. I can think of literally 3 different scenarios in 3 different job industries where I really thought the decisions I was making were the right ones, and ultimately I gained nothing for it.
Mm.
So one of my very first jobs was my longest job actually is so I professionally train dogs. So I had started at this business when I was like 13 as an intern. And so, I had known these people since I was young and I went there just all the time. And after a while, when I got older, I have my own car, I can do my own thing. And I don't know, like, I guess because I was so connected with this, place and the people there, and it was a very personal thing, like, it was just like the 4 of us, and I just subconsciously started to give them all in any of my free time. Whatever free time I had from school, whatever free time I had available, I was giving it to them. Like, I wouldn't go hang out, I wouldn't see family. And I would say one of my biggest regrets is my grandfather was dying of lung cancer, and I didn't know how to cope as a 16-year-old other than just work harder. And there was an opportunity I could have gone to see my grandfather, but I chose to work instead. And that was the stupidest and dumbest decision of my life because the following, I want to say maybe 2 years later, I made a very simple mistake that, I had never done before. It's something that absolutely could have been managed and fixed. And my boss at the time felt that this one bad review was going to ruin her whole company, and she let a whole other woman influence her opinion, and she fired me after almost 10 years of loyalty. 2 of those years, I worked unpaid.
Wow. That's
So when I say sometimes toxicity isn't always obvious, sometimes it's a slow burn because you truly thought you had a personable connection. And I would say that was like one of the hardest lessons I learned.
Like that's where I say it's called like because you felt like you had so much devotion that this place seemed like it was more important than your own family, or that's how kind of how they convinced
Right.
you.
And I told myself I was never going to do that again.
Yeah.
I told myself I will never do that again. Like, I just got out of like a little whole toxic situation at my last employer. So manipulating, gaslighting, all that happened, favoritism, when you feel like you put work first and then like you feel like it's like more important, like, you know, it almost becomes your second home and then damn near becomes your full-time home because you're there all the time, or when you feel like you're going above and beyond above for people. Like I would say all those things are like signs of toxicity and stuff like that. And I
Because you think you're going to be rewarded for your loyalty and your service and your reliability.
and then you don't get shit at the end of the words. Like it's just like,
Bro, I lost out on 18 hours of sick leave this past year because I just didn't use it.
You know, I heard a saying.
And it's just because I don't get sick, not because I didn't want to.
We really got to have some accountability also for the Kmart story. I just have a question about, did Kmart take that money from you? That overtime money and those taxes and those things, did Kmart do that to you? Or was that the state taking state taxes and federal taxes and things that were out of Kmart's control? Or maybe thought about maybe reducing your hours and getting a closer check to the one you got before you started working overtime?
See, here's the thing, and I agree with you on that. But as someone who has people that I've worked with, people who work for me, I've had situations where people say, when I said, hey, I'm going to do overtime, and they pull me aside, hey, are you sure you want to do this overtime? If you do this, they're going to take out more out of your paycheck. It's going to look like shit. What I suggest is you do 3 hours here and 3 hours there, and you split it up. You understand? The Kmart people didn't give a shit. They knew what was going to come out of my check. They knew that I was going to get a shitty check. And rather than sit down and explain it to me, they still had me in there busting my ass because they needed the labor. You understand? People recognize pattern. And if they've seen it, and I refuse to believe that I was the first person that's happened to. I know it's happened for Kmart.
Yeah, because that's what you do when you're a kid. You don't work because you don't understand the way taxes work.
Right. You don't understand taxes. I think because my perspective. Go ahead.
Right. So as a kid coming in, you understand what I'm saying? My supervisor should have been like, hey, you're working a lot of overtime. Let me explain something to you real quick, youngin. Just like how after that, I've had people explain it to me very clearly. In fact, I've had bosses that said, yo, you did a lot of hours, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this. You're not going to see it all on one check, but you will see it.
Give you a differential or something like that. I think my perspective comes from the fact that I am that type of boss. I'm the type of boss that's going to be like, look, we got to cap you at 38 hours. We're going to do this, do that. That is me. I'm an all-in boss, wholehearted, lead with emotion and all of that. That's me. And that's why I come with this other perspective of maybe like, that wasn't the right environment for you guys. I totally understand that. The 16-year-old grandfather story, that is absolutely sickening because they should have, first of all, I feel like you were manipulated because you were so young. I really do. Like, there's someone should have stepped in and said, hey, this is, first of all, you're working 2 years unpaid. That's against the law, first of all.
Well, that's the terrible thing. So her son actually tried to get me to understand that.
Someone to do that. Yeah, y'all didn't have a meet. Someone who's gonna be like, hold on, you ain't with the pot, like that type of stuff. And
right,
that's very regretful. I don't fault you guys in these stories. I feel like these are these stories make sense. Those aren't the people that we're talking about. We're talking about the people that come in and think they're supposed to be a supervisor in 6 months and get a raise when they are late every day and they want to quit. Like those are the
So I have a similar story for that one, but it's not necessarily a work environment, but it's a similar type of environment of relating to work ethic. So I used to be the president of a collegiate debate team, and when I tell you, everything about this is voluntary. No one's forcing you to do it. There's no, like, random scholarship that you're just automatically going to win if you are the best one. Like, it's a totally voluntary thing. So when I would go to these college fairs and organizations, people can sign up and leave their number if they really are interested. And when I tell you, people will go up to your booth, leave their number, and the same thing happens at jobs. They will dead-ass apply, and then when the time comes to cash in, some of them don't even show up. And then the people that do show up, half of those people all of a sudden want to put zero effort into getting the job done. I have literally heard out of a person's own mouth, man, I want to be able to get paid a lot of money with doing bare minimum, little to nothing. That doesn't even make sense to me. Maybe it's because my work ethic's too strong. I cannot comprehend putting in bare minimum work and expect it to be rewarded for so much more.
Yeah.
Now, like when people like that quit, it's good riddance. Get them out of the workplace. Leave it to someone else who deserves the job.
That culture of now, people want to make a lot of money.
That's what I'm talking
Do a
about.
good job. They're like, I want to make a lot of money, and that's it.
That's what I'm
It's
talking
like,
about.
that's the end of the sentence. And not saying the work environments aren't toxic. I have always tried to stand up for that. Like, hey, stop fixing the fucking drywall at work. Stop it. Stop fixing these doorknobs.
Replace the whole wall.
I'm always that person. Like, go home to your family. You are off.
Right.
At the same time, there are people that are like, I just want to make as much money as I can. I'm going to charge as much as I possibly can, even though I'm not going to do a good job. And that's the problem that bothers me.
Yeah, that's what bothers me.
I heard something a long time ago that stuck with me. This guy said a lot of the issues I heard people and their jobs are they go into jobs that they hate and they treat their side hustle like a side hustle, and then you never advance with that. He was saying you need to treat your job like a side hustle and your side hustle like your main job, and that's the only way to get out from under the boot. And once I heard that, I said, you know what? He ain't fucking lying. He is not lying. If you put the same amount of energy you do in your side hustle than you did a regular job, you can accomplish some amazing shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I feel like you should give your all professionally at work, but that's it. You don't have to stay late, come early, all those things. But when you're there, you're 100% while you're there.
That's it. That's all your ads. Don't do all this extra shit. Extra shit, and then you see other people not doing it, and then you get angry, and then you get mad.
First of all,
and don't go in with no expectation. The only expectation you should have at work is getting paid for the hours that you work and calculating that shit, making sure they only take 3.15%, and that your check is right, and that your vacation adding up.
Right. I learned not to get,
Make sure the math is
mad.
mathing.
I get petty. I get petty.
Ooh,
I was for this, and I was putting for vacation at a job, and they were like, "Oh man," I put it in like I'm on 2 months early, and they called me, "Hey man, you're taking vacation at a very busy time. I don't know if we could, I don't know if we could."
That happened to me one time.
That happened to me one time.
So hold on.
That happened to me one time.
So what?
Go ahead.
So what I said was, here's the thing, right? I understand that I put this in 2 months ago, but please don't misunderstand. I'm not requesting leave. I am letting you know.
I'm letting you know I'm not gonna be here.
Exactly.
I had a cruise schedule, and they was like, no, not
right. I was like, I'm not even gonna be in the state. So look, here's what we're gonna do. You guys have the information. Whatever you choose to or not choose to do with that, that's on you. I gave you the information. I'm not asking you anything. I'm letting you know. Find cover or don't. I don't give a shit.
I say that for people who are at where I work. People are always like, I didn't get a break. You don't get breaks. You take breaks.
Yeah.
You take your break. You take it.
Yeah, you gotta make them priorities. They're not just gonna come over and let you know it's recess time.
Break. You take it. It's your time. It's your break. Take it.
Yeah.
Like,
certain jobs, they ain't all jobs. You try to take a break in your job, your ass gonna be going home and really taking a break.
Shit, I'm taking a break.
Yeah, I'm
and as a matter of fact, I might take an extra break.
I know niggas that do that shit too. We messing with my
light up a cigarette in the middle of the office. They're gonna be like, get outside with that. Oh shit,
no, that's another messed up thing too, because people who smoke cigarettes, that is, they get 10 5-minute breaks every day.
Yep.
For us people who don't smoke cigarettes, where's my 5? I'm gonna start just taking 5-minute breaks outside.
I just tell them I'm going to smoke a cigarette.
I need a break.
They don't have to know the truth.
I'm about to take a cigarette break. You let you?
Nope. You get a decoy cigarette and you always have it on you. So whenever they walk up, like, oh man, I was just about to.
You know what? I'm gonna have a bubblegum cigarette. I'm gonna have a bubblegum
cigarette. Have you a decoy, man? Like cut a piece of it. Like, oh, I just put this out. I'm about to head back in right now.
I swear, some people be on break. I'm like, where's such and such? They got back smoke again. Yeah, I think.
Right, you need some help.
Let me see.
You know what? Give me a cigarette.
All right. So before we wrap up the show, I want to play a little game with you guys. I explained this game at the beginning of the show. It's the show basically. It's like the lyric game. How old were you when you found out the words to the song, the meaning, or the actual right words to the song? So I'll go first. I don't know.
About to expose myself.
I'm about to
I was
expose
today
myself
years
too.
old. Shit.
I was 20 years old. I used to drive for Uber. And I was sitting there. I used to get beat. I used to get smacked for the song. I used to get in trouble for singing the song. And y'all know the song "Step Back, You're Dancing Kinda Close. I feel a little
Close.
on me." Yeah, that's it. Yes. Yes, but damn near literally, I was singing that song out loud.
You started some shit. We all apparently all of us knew the words.
Yeah. No. I knew the words to the song. Don't sing so much of that song. We don't know. Don't sing. Still season 2, no money.
Oh, you're right. 30 seconds. That's all you get.
No, I knew the words to the song, but I didn't know the meaning of the song.
Yeah.
Oh, you're innocent.
No, I wasn't. I'm not innocent at all. Trust me, I'm far from that.
Wait, how old was it? Were you? Did you tell us already how old you were when you figured it out?
I was 28. I'm 35 now.
You were 28.
But I was 28.
No, but that's how he's like, it was so pure.
I wasn't really pure
20 years old.
All right.
I feel like when I heard that song as a kid, I feel like I low-key knew, but I just didn't talk about it.
It was so like, it was such a positive poppy type song that you couldn't imagine that's what they could possibly be talking about.
I mean, I thought we were dancing really close because you wanted to connect. Ha ha.
He's trying to connect something, all right?
Right.
I
didn't think about it either. Like, I was probably 20 when that song came out. And I was singing it in front of my sister, and then she mentioned it. She's like, "Ugh, that's gross." So I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I thought about it. But I think if she hadn't said that, it would have took me years to figure it out.
That's funny. No.
All right, who wants to go next?
I got in trouble for the song with I want to think it was 112 and Mace. I forget the name of it. He was like, "You can hum or you want to, come or you want to. Money, I'ma flaunt you, girl. I wanna flaunt you. I always want you, and nobody wants you. If I die now, my love will still
30
haunt
seconds.
you." The point is, I was singing that song one day when I was a kid, and my aunt damn near jumped over a couch and shit. Like I was writing the lyrics down for my cousin too. I'm writing the lyric down to give to my cousins, her sons, and she's like, "What are you saying?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just rapping a song." And she's like, "What are the words?" And I said,
"You don't know what you're saying."
She's like, "Oh no, oh no, you don't need to be listening." I'm like, "What?"
And then you wrote the shit down? No.
I was all the way fucked up. I wrote it down. I wrote down copies of it to pass it out to the crowd so we could all rap it together.
All right, Shy, go ahead. What was your song?
Me personally, I ain't really had no songs because I was too in tune. Like, you gotta remember, like when I was a kid, like when the Thong song come out with Cisco and shit like that. Yeah, you gotta remember that was my shit, and I knew what the fuck that was, and I knew what was going on with that whole situation. So I was already in tune with shit when I was a kid. So I didn't really have a song like that where it's still like, but I do gotta.
Wait a minute. So before that, say when you were 5 or 6, that you're just so mature. There wasn't a song when you were 5 or 6 that you were singing. You know what the fuck you were talking about?
I can think of one.
Album was a 50 Cent album, so like I already knew I was a very in tune young man. Like that's all I can say.
What, me and Mr. Jones have been going on?
Yeah, I feel like I didn't fully comprehend. Like I feel like R&B is so good at subtly making it a romance. Like Marvin Gaye wrote hella sex songs if you think about it. Like this man stayed talking about having sex all the time.
Maybe he was.
But well, he was, and I mean, he was out here helping repopulate America. Like his songs helped create a generation.
Blurred Lines. That whole song is nasty. if you really see it.
I'm telling you, I feel like Motown had some very like subtle stuff.
That was
Like the
what's
Disney
great about it
movies.
was innuendo. It wasn't like in your face.
Like
Like,
the Disney
I got a
movies.
question.
oh,
You could play it around your kids and like it was fine.
right,
You know
right.
something wild? I was watching something the other day, and this guy, he was a comedian, but he said he used to work for Disney. He said once he found out the true meaning after talking to the writers, he could never look at it the same. That song "I Can Show You the World" from Aladdin was about Jasmine losing her virginity. I was like,
No.
Then he started thinking out
I
of
mean,
it, and I
like
was like,
metaphorically, I could see that.
Wait, who says this? Who said? Who said?
I forget the guy's name. I gotta find the video, but the
Wait,
dude used to work for
what was
Disney.
his
I
title?
heard that.
I missed that statement. I missed that. Can you repeat it? I'm sorry.
He worked. He did the you know, like when they had the plays. He did the off musical like shows, and he was a part of the show. And he said that he found out from some of the writers that the song "I Can Show You the World" was about Jasmine losing her virginity. That was the undertone to it that no one really ever got. And
Really? Because they always say, well, listen, they always say that Disney's had hidden agendas in their songs and in their art and in their all kind of stuff. So now that I'm humming the song in my head, I could make it.
Disney had the habit of wanting to be the coming of age story. Like they really like to be the stand all be all for guiding a child through this magical world of puberty and things. And they've done that in little ways when it comes to addressing social issues.
I also feel like in a child-related way, like, for the most part. Some things only adults would understand and recognize anyway. And maybe that's not the true meaning, but maybe that's the meaning he got out of it at a different age, and it just so happens to also be a good meaning.
Well, from what the dude explained, like he said, he worked for Disney and he spoke to these people. He said, and what he did was he started to explain it like line for line, and I'm like, holy shit, this might not be wrong here. He might be telling the truth.
I'm saying it in my head right now, and I can definitely hear it. Now,
Hold on, ladies, think about this. Imagine I told you I can show you the world over, sideways, and under. Like, where would your mind go? I know where mine immediately went once that shit came out.
I'm not gonna lie. I really thought he was saying they're gonna travel the world and it'll be great because they have all this money and a magic carpet and we're gonna see the world, babe. Like it'll be great.
So you were today years old.
So
and you
that's
found
what I
out that
thought.
song was about sex.
Right. Even now, I take my daughters to see Disney movies.
I mean, Can You Feel the Love Tonight is pretty obvious in The Lion King. Like he's been Can You Feel the Love.
in a certain way with different kids. The kids understand it in the same aspect that she did. Because me, I can remember watching that movie as a kid, and he said I can show you over, under, and sideways. I literally thought that they were going to be on the magic carpet, upside down, going around trees, and inside on the
Discovering new world.
But now as an adult, maybe.
Listen. The best trick is when you can trick somebody into liking something that they don't know what they're liking. They do that.
Because the true meaning of the song is the way I receive it. That's the thing about music. The true meaning is I don't know. I'm the audience.
No. Once you're out in the world, the interpretation is up to the observer.
Exactly.
You no longer own that anymore. That's the part.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Then you got this, homie. Hold on. So can you interpret the song "I Can Beat the Pussy Up" any differently than what it exactly says?
Well, if you
You really think that it's actually talking about cats.
We work in that world.
I'm just saying. They made a whole movie about how you shouldn't do mean things to cats. So
listen, but we're talking about a whole different aspect. We went from 0 to 60 real quick. Like we're talking about a song that is specifically stating exactly what they intended to do. Versus a kid's song, and in this movie, if your perspective is what you're seeing, then you're going to interpret it as them flying on the magic carpet.
Oh, how many movies have you went to see where Disney made these little? Hold on, but how many movies have you went to see where Disney made these little scenes or little right or innuendo? Kind of like, I know what the hell.
I've seen every single Disney movie, but they weren't innuendos to me until I was an adult. when I was a kid, they were kid things. But as an adult, from an adult perspective, the meaning changes.
You're right. But then, like I said, with that being said, then it's the song never changed what it was about. It was just what you perceived it as because of your level of understanding.
No, it's what they portrayed. No, it's what they portrayed it to be. It's not the way I received it. The way they portrayed it in the movie, they're singing about over, under, showing you the world on a magic carpet where they're going over bridges and under mountains. They presented it in that manner. So why would I perceive it any other way than the way they presented it?
And even
well, I think that's the cleverness of Disney, because they have to create something that is digestible for children and meant to be consumable for children, but it's something that I think is a little strayed nowadays, but it's something that when we were young, it was expected for parents to actually sit and watch these things with their children.
Right.
So you wanted to make it still entertaining for adults while still being approachable and consumable for children so they can wrap their head around it. So I mean, to a degree, it's not for parents, but they want them to enjoy it too. Nowadays, I feel like they're a little all over the
place. Even if it is for
place.
parents, until you just literally told us that story, we still never thought that song was about
exactly. And that's where innocence, I think, comes into play. You have a very innocent, kind way of approaching it, and then you have some people that, maybe they had a subtle alternative, goal when they wrote it, but I think that circles back to artist intent.
Understand. Listen, and you're right about that. As a kid, you didn't get the references because it's lost you. You're innocent, right? But it's no different than me and my family hanging out in the living room. I tell my wife, hey, Santa's gonna come down and stuff all the stockings this year, especially yours. My kids gonna be like, oh, Santa's gonna stuff the stockings, but my wife is like, nigga, in front of the kids. I'm like, these dumbass kids, man.
Exactly, because that is us putting our adult mature mentalities on children.
Right.
Why would I assume?
But what I said doesn't.
Listen, if my husband said that to me in front of the kids, I would bust out laughing, and they would have no fucking clue what he was talking about, and they never would. But by you saying, "Oh, what you said in front of the kids," now you've just given the kids an idea that this could be something bad, and now they're curious.
No, my wife wouldn't say that. But basically what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to prove is, regardless of who I say it to, my intended audience got what I meant to say. For the kids, it was one thing. For my wife, it was something completely different. And I feel like when it comes to a lot of Disney movies and shows, that's exactly what it is. It's not that the meaning of the meaning of the song changed.
That is true.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, they worded it so well that you could figure it out because you were older. And that was genius. Like, it was funny to me when I see it. I was like, "This motherfucker! Wow!"
Well,
I mean, I agree with you on this aspect, but it goes back
to Trey, to get back on the subject. One that I have is Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I must not know the meaning of that song now. I need to know.
I mean, I feel like now I would understand Sledgehammer in itself, like the name. I'd be like, oh, well, I already know what this is about. Like, I would say, I just feel like it comes with life experience. I feel like people that explore various aspects of their life will find connection in these various rooms.
Yeah. If you are like,
but if you haven't experienced it, you're not going to get it.
If that's on your brain or whatever, and it's like, okay, there are a lot of songs like that apparently, but Sledgehammer is about his dick basically, and then you think about it that way, you're like, oh damn.
Excuse me.
But before that, you're just singing the song. But now, when I sing it, it's like, okay,
all right, you feel awkward now.
I guess I just got an innocent mentality because I'm trying to think of a song, and it probably is one. But
I found that out later that it was thrust upon me to know that that's what it was about. I did not.
Wow.
That was a great word you used right there to describe it. It was thrust upon you. I like that. I see what you did there.
All right, Nat, you got a song? You gonna wrap us up? You got a song that you can think of? Net?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't know. I feel like now I don't know any songs. I feel bamboozled right now. I don't know. All of y'all.
That's the one people always talk about. Black people talk about Whitney Houston. I'm saving all my love for you, and that's about an affair.
Yeah.
So
I heard that.
you have to go back.
It is like that's the word.
Oh,
Do y'all
yeah.
remember an old group called Player?
I think so.
I belong to you. I belong. I give all my love every time I see your face.
All right, 30
That
seconds.
kind of sounds familiar.
I know the song.
Anyway, it was a wholesome R&B group. It was 5 brothers, right?
Okay.
Oh no, I sung the wrong song for y'all. First of all, I sung the wrong song for y'all. That was anyway. This old group named Player. It was a wholesome group, 5 brothers. They sung. They had a couple little Christian gospel songs on there and some R&B songs. I got in trouble for listening to that. Okay, y'all remember Blackstreet? My grandma had a Blackstreet CD, and I would get in trouble for listening to that. So I guess I just
No
don't.
diggity, no doubt.
Huh?
I said no
Or
diggity.
when he
I
said,
would
before I let you go, when he says, right between your legs and mine before I let you go, like, there's some things in Blackstreet song.
Mm.
Oh, well, yeah.
All right, so we about to wrap
So
up.
I can actually
Oh, go ahead.
think of one. It's actually not R&B or rap. So you should know I'm someone that actually enjoys pop songs. But there was this Irish girl group back, I think, in like the 90s. They were called Bewitched, and they had this song called C'est La Vie.
But that's the only song
And
that they had, though.
I feel like when you listen to it, it just sounds like a nice, fun, like, oh yay, teenager pop fun, like. And when I would say as an adult, when I really sat back and listened to one particular part of the lyrics, where the group saying like, hey, let me in, hey, 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 let the fun begin, hey, I'm the one for you, I'll huff, I'll blow you away.
Hey.
And then another part's like, I've got a house with the windows and doors, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Now, in my mind, I just didn't like make the connection that they were talking about like, hey, let's hook up and do something.
Pretty much.
About blowjob.
Right, like I love that song. I memorized that song. I would sing it at the top of my lungs all the time.
Yeah.
Just put that one out there. Okay.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We about to wrap up the first episode of season 2. Thank you guys for joining, and all my other ones that joined as well too. Be sure to follow us on Geek'd Out with Trey on YouTube, is which my main platform is. I'm talking to the TikTok viewers right now. And then TikTok, y'all can also follow me on TikTok. He is Trey ep1s2. Gentlemen, would you guys like to go ahead and put your platforms out there? Shy?
TikTok, YouTube, Instagram is GoTV 215. GoTV 215.
All right, Dex.
As I said before, complicated Discord on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, just anywhere.
All right, ladies, and if you guys want to share your platforms, if you would like.
Nope. I have no platform. I got 96 friends and a big one. No,
All right, thank you guys so much for joining me, and be sure to catch us all again here. We'll be back next week, probably talking about some mental health issues and some other things. You know, we gotta get a little serious this season.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I heard about that.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks, Trey.